Look at his eyes. I want you to really look at Kody Brown's eyes in season 18. That isn't just heartbreak. That isn't just a man going through a divorce. That is the look of a man who has experienced a total catastrophic narcissistic collapse. For the last 2 years, the internet has been obsessed with the narrative that Christine broke Kody. We've been told that when the basement wife walked out, it shattered his ego. And sure, that hurts. But let's be real. Kody was already quiet quitting Christine for a decade. He didn't love her. Losing her was an inconvenience and embarrassment, but was it fatal to his soul? No, there is a darker theory floating around the deep web. Insiders are whispering it, and today on COCO Gossip, we are connecting the dots. The reason Kody Brown has turned into a monster isn't because his wife left him. It's because his general, his golden child, the only man he ever truly respected, fired him. We have uncovered a theory that changes everything about the last 3 seasons. We believe there is a physical document, a letter, or perhaps a devastating email sent by Logan Brown that Kody can never unread, a document that officially divorced Kody as a father. Today, we are going to reconstruct the timeline, analyze the psychological fallout, and explain why the screaming matches with Janelle were actually Kody screaming at the ghost of the son who left him behind. You think you know the story? You have no idea. This is the letter Kody burned. And this is the end of the Brown family legacy. But before we open the envelope on this devastating theory, you know what to do. If you want the truth that TLC is too scared to air, you need to join the squad. Impress that like button, smash it until it turns blue, and subscribe to COCO Gossip right now. You do not want to miss it. Subscribe. Let's dive in. The silence before the storm. To understand the letter, we have to understand the author. Logan Brown, the prince of the cul-de-sac. Since episode 1, who was the real father in that house? It wasn't Kody. Kody was the fun uncle who drove the sports car. Logan was the one waking up at 5 o'clock a.m. to make eggs for 12 siblings. Logan was the one ironing shirts. Logan was the stabilizing force. Kody idolized Logan. Narcissistic parents often assign roles to their children. You have the scapegoat, the invisible child, and the golden child. For 20 years, Logan was the golden child. He was the proof that Kody's system worked. As long as Logan respected Kody, Kody could tell himself he was a good patriarch. But then the drift happened. Let's look at the forensic timeline. When was the last time we saw a genuine, warm interaction between Kody and Logan? It's been years. We know Logan stepped back from the show to live a private life, and we respected that. But insiders suggest this wasn't just a shy phase. This was a strategic withdrawal. The theory suggests that the drift began when Kody started neglecting Janelle to focus solely on Robyn. Logan, who essentially acted as Janelle's protector and partner in raising those kids, was watching. He was watching his mother struggle financially while Robyn bought Precious Moments figurines. He was watching Kody forget birthdays. So, what was the catalyst? What makes a quiet, respectful son sit down and write a burn book letter to his dad? We believe the timeline aligns with the COVID protocols. Remember the sheer insanity of Kody's rules? The rules that prevented the boys, Garrison and Gabriel, from seeing their dad? We saw Garrison and Gabe fighting back on camera. But where was Logan? Logan was silent. And that is terrifying. The theory posits that during the height of the COVID drama, something specific happened. A good news rumor that has circulated on private message boards suggests a phone call occurred where Kody insulted Michelle, Logan's fiancée, now wife. Kody, in his paranoia, allegedly blamed Michelle for poisoning Logan's mind against the family protocols. If you come for the golden child's wife, you lose the golden child. We believe this phone call was the final straw. Logan didn't scream. He didn't cry. He hung up. And then he started typing. The indictment, reconstructing the letter. Let's walk through the psychology of a disownment letter. In therapy circles, this is often called a no-contact letter. It isn't just a goodbye. It is an indictment. It is a list of crimes. Why write it? Because with a narcissist like Kody, you cannot talk. If you try to talk, they interrupt, they gaslight, they cry, they make it about them. The only way to be heard is to write it down, send it, and block the number. Based on the family's history, the leaked tensions, and Logan's protective nature over his siblings, we can speculatively reconstruct the 3 main pillars of this devastating document. Point 1. The parentification and theft of childhood. Logan spent his youth raising Kody's children. We believe the letter explicitly called this out. I was a father to my siblings before I was a man. You took my childhood to build your kingdom. Imagine Kody reading that. The realization that his help was actually exploitation. Point 2. The neglect of Janelle. This is the big one. Logan is Janelle's son through and through, watching Janelle live in a trailer or a small apartment, while Robyn lived in a mansion. The financial disparity. The theory suggests Logan, who has a sharp business mind, he's an MBA, folks, he knows numbers, laid out the financial abuse. You have drained my mother's resources to fund your favorite wife's lifestyle. I see the books, Dad. I know where the money went. To a narcissist, being called evil is one thing. Being called a bad businessman or a thief by your successful son, that is a wound that festers. Point 3. The abandonment of the other children. The letter likely listed the names Isabel's surgery, Garrison's housing situation, Truly's lack of connection. You are not a patriarch. You are a man with one family and ex-wives you keep around for a paycheck. This wasn't a text message. This was likely a formal email or a physical letter sent prior to the filming of season 17, and when Kody opened it, triggered the dun red pill rage we see today. Why? Because Kody could dismiss Christine as bitter, he could dismiss Mary as needy, he could dismiss Janelle as aloof. But Logan? Logan was the benchmark. If Logan says you are a bad father, you are a bad father. There is no spin, there is no PR move to fix that. The burning and the proxy war. Now, watch season 17 and 18 again with this theory in mind. Look at Kody's aggression. Who is he yelling at? He spends hours screaming at Janelle. He tells Janelle, you never respected me. He tells Janelle, you turned the boys against me. He isn't yelling at Janelle. He is yelling at Logan through Janelle. Janelle is the proxy. Kody is too terrified to confront Logan directly because he knows Logan has the moral high ground and possibly the financial receipts. So he attacks the mother. He wants Janelle to fix it. He wants Janelle to get the boys in line. So when Kody says the boys need to apologize to me and Robyn, he is specifically talking about the disownment letter. He wants Logan to retract the letter. He wants Logan to say, I was wrong, Dad. You're great. But Janelle refuses. And Logan? Logan is silent. He is living his best life. He's getting married. He's buying a house. He's drinking beer with his brothers. He is completely ignoring Kody's existence. The dead to me phase. This leads us to the most chilling behavior we've seen. Kody's statement about having no sons or being estranged from the boys. Kody famously said that the phone works both ways, but notice he never mentions calling Logan. He mentions Gabe. He mentions Garrison, R.I.P. He mentions Peyton. He rarely mentions Logan. Why? Because Logan is the one he fears. Logan is the one who burned the bridge so thoroughly that there is no ash left to stand on. Did Kody literally burn the letter, knowing his penchant for drama and symbolism? Absolutely. It fits his profile. He likely burned it in front of Robyn to perform his outrage. Look how they betrayed me, Robyn. Look what they say about you. This letter became the fuel for Robyn's victimhood. It confirmed their narrative. The rest of the family hates us. It justified their isolation. It justified the McMansion fortress. The tragedy of the disownment letter is that it was meant to be a wake-up call. Logan likely wrote it hoping it would shake his father into being a better man. Instead, Kody took the red pill. He rejected the criticism, labeled his son an enemy, and retreated into the echo chamber with Robyn. Christine leaving was a breakup. Logan sending that letter was a funeral. It was the funeral of Kody Brown, the patriarch. What we are watching now is just the ghost haunting a large house filled with expensive art, wondering why nobody comes to visit. The transition. But wait, the story doesn't end with a letter. A letter is emotional. A letter is personal. What happens when the golden child stops being sad and starts getting litigious? We've talked about emotional divorce, but there is a financial reckoning coming that Kody Brown is not prepared for. While Kody was burning letters, Logan was studying contracts. There are rumors of a massive class action movement in the reality TV world. The Duggars started it, the Gosselins hinted at it, but the Brown children, they were filmed for 18 seasons. They generated millions of dollars in ad revenue, and insiders say they have seen zero. Is Logan Brown quietly building a case to sue TLC and Kody Brown for unpaid wages? Is this the nuclear option that has Kody looking so stressed in recent paparazzi photos? You think the letter was bad? Wait until you see the forensic accounting. We are about to expose the Coyote Pass Ponzi scheme and how Logan might be the one to foreclose on Kody's dreams. We talked about the emotional letter that broke Kody Brown, but emotions don't pay the rent. Emotions don't buy land. And emotions don't recover 18 years of stolen wages. There is a war coming to Flagstaff. It isn't a war of words. It isn't a war of wives. It is a war of ledgers. Welcome back to the deep dive. We are moving from the living room to the courtroom. The biggest theory circulating in the industry right now isn't about who Kody is sleeping with, it's about who Logan is suing. We are tracking the nuclear option, the theory that Logan Brown, utilizing his business acumen and his role as the eldest sibling, is quietly assembling a coalition to launch a massive financial investigation into Kody Brown, Robyn Brown, and potentially the TLC network itself. Why does Kody look so panicked in season 18? Why is he desperate to pay off Coyote Pass? Why is he claiming poverty while wearing a $10,000 Rolex? Because he knows the audit is coming, and he knows that when Logan Brown opens the books, the Kody Brown empire isn't just going to crumble, it's going to go to prison. Buckle up. We are following the money. The forensic accounting, where did the billions go? Let's start with math, because the math is terrifying. Sister Wives has been on the air since 2010. For over a decade, this family was one of the highest-rated shows on the network. Industry standards suggest that in the early seasons, the family was making anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 per episode. In later seasons, that number likely skyrocketed. We are talking about millions of dollars. Conservatively, the Brown Family LLC likely generated over $10 million in gross revenue over 18 seasons. Now, ask yourself this: who did the work? Who provided the content? The weddings, the graduations, the catfights, the tears, the surgeries. The children were the content. Without those 18 kids, Kody is just a guy with bad hair in a trailer. The children made the show. In Hollywood, there is something called the Coogan Law. It was designed to protect child actors. It mandates that 15% of a child's earnings must be set aside in a blocked trust account that they can access when they turn teen. But here's the loophole. Here's the crime. Reality TV is the Wild West. Because of outdated labor laws, reality TV families often bypass Coogan protections. The contracts are usually signed by the parents on behalf of the family LLC. The check doesn't go to Logan Brown. The check doesn't go to Isabel Brown. The check goes to Kody Brown Entertainment. The theory is this: Kody and Robyn treated the family pot as their personal piggy bank. Let's look at the spending. This is the evidence Logan would present in a deposition. The McMansion, a $1 million home filled with expensive art, statues, and clutter. The jewelry, David Yurman rings, custom pendants, the art. We have seen thousands of dollars worth of prints on the walls. The cars, Kody drives a Lexus. He drives a sports car. Now, let's look at the children. Gwen has spoken about financial struggles. Isabel. Kody suggested she go to surgery alone because of money/insurance issues. He didn't want to pay. Mykelti. Had to rely on pawn shops in the early days or hustling MLMs. Logan. Paid for his own college, paid for his own wedding. Where's the money, Kody? This is where Logan comes in. Logan isn't just the son. Logan is an MBA. He works in the corporate world. He understands fiduciary duty. The theory posits that Logan has realized his father didn't just be a bad dad, he embezzled their childhoods. Imagine the spreadsheet Logan has on his computer right now. Column A, episodes filmed. Column B, estimated revenue per child. Column C, amount paid to child. Value $0. Column D, amount owed with interest. We are talking about wage theft on a scale that rivals a Ponzi scheme. And unlike the other kids who might be afraid of Kody or who might just want his love, Logan doesn't need Kody's love. He needs Kody's ledger. The industry precedent, the Jill Duggar effect. Logan isn't operating in a vacuum. He is watching the industry. He saw what happened with the Duggars. Jill Duggar Dillard successfully sued her father, Jim Bob Duggar, to recoup unpaid wages for her time on 19 Kids and Counting. She won. She got a settlement. Why does this matter? Because it set a legal precedent. It proved that adult children of reality stars can sue for back pay, even if the original contracts were signed by the parents. Jim Bob and Kody are the same archetype, the patriarch who believes the money belongs to him because he is the creator of the family. But the courts are starting to disagree. Here is the insider theory on why this is terrifying TLC. If Logan sues, it opens the door for a class action lawsuit. It won't just be Logan versus Kody, it will be the Brown children versus Kody Brown, Robyn Brown, and Discovery Communications. Who joins this lawsuit? Pedon. He has already been vocal about the abuse. He would sign up in a heartbeat. Gwen. She analyzes the show on Patreon. She knows the discrepancies. Garrison's estate. This is the darkest, most tragic part. The estate of Garrison Brown could technically be part of a claim for unpaid wages to go to his beneficiaries, his cats, his friends, his mom. Isabel and Truly. Christine would likely support them joining the suit to secure Truly's future. If Logan organizes this, Kody isn't fighting one son. He is fighting an army of creditors who share his dough. Gathering the witnesses. The deposition phase. Legal battles aren't won in court, they are won in discovery, and they are won by establishing a pattern of behavior. The Brown children have been conducting a public deposition for 2 years. They just didn't call it that. They called it spilling tea. The Pedon factor. Pedon has gone on podcasts and detailed Kody's behavior. He talked about the lack of vaccinations, the weird rules, the physical intimidation. In a lawsuit, this establishes an unsafe work environment. The Gwen factor. Gwen has reacted to episodes, pointing out lies in real time. That didn't happen. He's lying. In a lawsuit, this establishes fraud and misrepresentation. The Mykelti factor. Even Mykelti, who tries to stay neutral, has admitted that they didn't see the money. Now, let's talk about the insider witness. Who knows where the bodies are buried? Who knows where the money went? Mary Brown. This is the plot twist of the century. Mary was the legal wife for years. Mary was involved in the early LLC formation. Mary knows the numbers. And Kody discarded her. He humiliated her. He melted her ring. If Logan is building a case, his first phone call isn't to a lawyer, it's to Mary. Aunt Mary, we need the tax returns from 2012. Can you imagine the fear in Kody and Robyn's house? They know that Mary has no loyalty left to them. If Mary hands over the financial documents to Logan, the Coyote Pass Ponzi scheme is exposed. The Robyn problem. The lawsuit would likely target Robyn personally. Why? Because the money flowed to her assets. The house is in her name, partially. The art is in her house. The Precious Moments collection is hers. In a forensic audit, this is called unjust enrichment. Logan could argue that money earned by his labor was used to buy her figurines. That is a compelling narrative for a jury. The cancellation and the foreclosure. Why haven't we seen the lawsuit yet? Why is it quiet? Because the smartest lawsuits are the ones you settle before the headlines hit. The theory is that Logan is currently in the demand letter phase. This explains Kody's frantic financial moves. Have you noticed Kody trying to sell off parcels of land? Have you noticed the rumors of him selling gun parts at expos more aggressively? He is liquidating assets. Kody is trying to cash out before Logan freezes the accounts. But here is the leverage Logan has. It isn't just the money, it's the show. The kill switch. TLC is a business. They are currently filming the aftermath of a tragedy. The audience is turning against Kody. If Logan Brown, the respected, successful, good son, comes out publicly and says, "This show was built on child abuse and wage theft," do not watch it at Dintalon. The show dies. Advertisers will pull out. The network will cancel it to avoid liability. Logan holds the kill switch, and Kody knows it. Imagine the settlement meeting. Kody and Robyn on one side, desperate, angry, broke. Logan on the other side, calm, holding a file. Logan doesn't want an apology anymore. He wants the land. The ultimate justice theory. Logan takes Coyote Pass. Think about the poetry of that. The land that Kody worshipped, the land that destroyed the family, the land he chose over his wives and children. What if the settlement forces Kody to sign the deed over to the Brown family trust, controlled by Logan? Logan could sell it and distribute the money to his siblings. He could finally give Janelle her retirement fund back. He could give Isabel her medical reimbursement. He could evict Kody from his own dream. Justice arc. We started this deep dive asking why Kody Brown is so angry. He isn't angry because he's lonely. He's angry because he's been caught. For years, Kody thought he was the king. He thought the wives were his subjects and the children were his serfs. He thought he could use their labor to build his castle and then lock the gates when he was done with them. But he made a fatal mistake. He educated his children. He raised a son who was smarter, stronger, and more ethical than he ever was. Logan Brown started Sister Wives as a frightened teenager making breakfast for a chaotic house. He may end Sister Wives as the man signing the foreclosure papers on Kody's ego. This isn't just gossip. This is Greek tragedy. This is Shakespeare. The father eats the children grow up, the children eat the father. Justice is coming to Coyote Pass, and it's wearing a suit and tie. What do you think? Is Logan the one holding the gavel? Do you think the kids should sue for every penny? I want to see your verdict in the comments. If you are Team Logan, type "pay the kids" down below. And listen, we are digging deeper. We have rumors about a potential tell-all book being written by one of the moms, and it's not Christine. You need to be here for that. Like this video to help the algorithm find the truth. Subscribe so you don't miss the notification. I'm your host. This is COCO Gossip. The tea is hot, but the justice is served cold.